To those of you joining us today, thank you for listening to the Woburn Spotlight. I'm your host, Tyler Gates, here to bring you some positivity by talking to those in town making big strides for the greater good. Today I'm very fortunate to have with me Giuseppe Maricino from New Path here in Woburn. Giuseppe, thank you for joining us today.
It's my pleasure. Thanks for having me.
I just got to have a short conversation with you yesterday, and from meeting you today, you're all smiles, which is great. It's fantastic to have a good personality here joining us today and sharing some good news.
No, great. I'm happy to be here. Thanks for having me down.
Absolutely. So just to get started, just tell us a little bit kind of about you. We'll follow that up by diving into some of the events that you have coming up here, and that's really what we're here to do, is showcase the Taste of Spring today. But let's just give the listeners a little bit about Giuseppe. Tell us why you're here today and what your role is with New Path.
All right, sure. Well, I've been with New Path for a little over 4 years now in 3 various roles. Currently, I'm the manager of mobile technology and outreach, which means I do a lot of our journalistic work, a lot of our social media work, and I manage a technological platform we have called Navigating Life, which helps to connect the men and women in our programs with their communities and their families. And yeah, I've been through every facet of the organization, and I'm happy with where I am. So it's
awesome. Do you mind elaborating a little bit about your multiple roles that you've had? Where did you start, and kind of where you are today? Well,
I started back in December of 2012. I worked in direct care for our program at the Martin Center in Woburn. It's a day rehabilitation program. And I got to meet some really great people there. And I was there for a little over 3 years before I got promoted to the role of marketing coordinator, which would entail a lot of social media work and keeping contacts happy and a lot of email marketing. And then I progressed in January to the manager of mobile technology role, where I've been since then.
And it sounds like New Path is continuing to expand their efforts and their fundraising efforts, so I can only imagine the marketing side and the mobile side of your role has really blossomed probably in the last 2, 3, 4 years. Would that be safe to say?
Yeah, it has, and it's something new to the organization itself, where when I started, the marketing department would have been kind of an afterthought, but as we've grown and we've progressed and we haven't been afraid to be bold as an organization, since I've been there over the last 5 years, is that the marketing role has been significantly enhanced, where we're trying to get our message to as wide of a group as we can. And so I find myself and our marketing team as the centerpiece of that, where we're trying to get out the word on events like the Taste of Spring and fundraisers that we have, like Walk the Walk, which we had last month at our headquarters in Woburn. So our role is going to continue to grow the more and more we try to expand.
Absolutely. And right now, with the company the way it is, do you know roughly how many employees or how many people you have chipping in on an ongoing basis?
We have over 500 employees at the present time. Fantastic. And they all work in various roles. Some of them work in the day programs. Some of them work in residential, some of them work in transportation, administrative, you name it. We probably have a good chunk of people working in each department.
Okay, I didn't realize it was that large of a scope.
It's growing.
That's fantastic. And we were talking a little bit earlier, I didn't realize it was almost 50 years old now. The company is going to hit their 50-year mark, is it next year?
Yep, we started in 1968, and we're going to be celebrating the golden anniversary next year. So
that's going to be a lot of fun.
It is, yeah.
Any thoughts as to what you guys might do for the big anniversary?
Well, hopefully we'll go gold with everything, and we'll continue to set fundraising records and everything like we've been doing. So we're definitely going on the up and up, and I think next year is going to be a huge milestone for not just New Path, but it's just human service providers in the organization, because it's tough to get to 50 in anything. So we're going to make sure that we celebrate.
As you should.
Yes.
As you really should. Well, that's great. Well, taking kind of a step back before we dive into New Path itself, just tell us a little bit about you. What makes Giuseppe tick? Where did you grow up? Where did you go to school?
Well, I'm North Shore born and raised. I was born in Winchester. I spent 20 years in Malden, spent 6 years in Saugus, and I currently live in Somerville.
North Shore boy, huh?
Yeah, all through and through.
Yeah.
And I've been working in this area for all my life, and I love Boston. I love the city, and just I'm just a really, like, as you said earlier, I'm all smiles, very positive, energetic,
Yeah.
calm, cool, collected guy. So
Yeah, and that came across the second I met you, and so I love having that kind of personality here to join us today. It makes this much more fun for us and the viewers out there. So again, thank you for coming in. A little bit about some of your past events. I was astonished when you started explaining a little bit more about Walk the Walk. For those of them people out there that don't know what Walk the Walk is, do you mind just kind of backpedaling and talking about where it began and the expansion that you guys have had over the last couple of years?
Sure, yeah. So Walk the Walk began as an autism awareness fundraiser. I believe it was in 2011, where we had a few people gather at our Westford program, and we did a little walk around their track there, and I think we raised about $10,000.
Okay.
And it's been going up since then, where we actually raised over $130,000 this year, which is more than double what we raised 2 years ago when we raised $58,000. So
that's absolutely fantastic.
yeah, and it's a true testament to the base that we have, because we had over 1,200 donors make a contribution this year, and we had about 350, 400 people there this year to walk the walk with us. So it's a true testament to where the organization's been going over the last several years. And the community of Woburn and everybody in this town has been just amazing with their support and their generosity.
That's great to hear. And how long has that program been going on, the Walk the Walk?
The walk has been going on since, I believe, 2012.
Okay, I'm putting you on the spot here.
Yeah, exactly. It's either 2011 or 2012. But
okay.
Yeah, we've been progressing forward every year with that. It's amazing to think when we where we've come since then.
It is amazing, and you've really seen almost all of that growth with being with the company for a little over 4 years now.
Yeah, and it's a really humbling experience.
Okay, that's good to hear. And who are some of the players on your team that help put all of these functions together? Do you mind just highlighting them a little bit?
Sure. So obviously we have our president and CEO, Dan Harrison, who is, he's the head honcho, so to speak.
Yeah.
But yeah, he's the figure that we have. We have a lot of our videos that help our promotion out. A lot of people can relate to him and respond well to him. So we've got him at the top. We've got a great group of people in senior leadership. My boss, Brett Riley, who's the vice president of marketing and communications, really runs a very tight ship with everybody.
Good.
So we have a great team. We have a great group of leaders, and it's the trickle-down effect just carries right through the rest of the organization when you got solid leadership at the top.
Good. That's great to hear. You see yourself being with New Path for some time. You like the environment and all that it has to offer? Well,
the environment's great. I sure hope I'm there.
Yeah?
I hope that they give me the opportunity to continue doing what I'm doing, because I enjoy going to work every day and having the opportunity to take a look and see what's going on in our community and writing stories about all the various things we have going on. And yeah, I kind of hope they keep me around for a little while.
Yeah, I don't know if it'd be safe to say anyways on the air now.
Yeah.
But and how many locations do you have? You're located right here in Woburn, but you were mentioning something about Westford, was it?
That's correct. Yeah, we've got our home office is in Woburn. We have another day program in West Cummings Park. We've got a day program up in Westford, and then we have 20 different residential homes as far south as Lincoln and as far north as Tewksbury. So we really cover the North Shore and the 95 belt pretty well.
Okay. And kind of transitioning into a little bit more about the company and what New Path actually does, you mind just sharing a little bit about your mission statement or the values that New Path brings to the table?
Sure. So our mission statement is, we're going out there to make life's journey happier, healthier, more fulfilling for people living with disabilities. And that includes, people with autism, intellectual, developmental, that whole scope. We want to make each person's life as happy, healthy, and most fulfilling as we possibly can. So we do that through a bunch of various programs. We have community supports, we have employment supports where we put our men and women in job placements, and we go in and check on them. And we have over a 90% retention rate when it comes to placements. So it's
I don't know the statistics, but that sounds pretty astonishing.
Yeah,
to
we've
me.
got a pretty good track record of keeping people in placements, and you know, we do rehabilitation, we do vocational supports. You know, we do all of that. We have a wide array of services to help make our mission a reality.
Awesome, great. And I know we just touched on the walk to the walk. Would you have to say that? Would you say, or beg to guess to say, that that's your biggest event?
Oh,
so far?
Without question.
Without a
yeah.
doubt. From what I wasn't familiar with it until today, but it sounds huge.
Yeah, it's a great time for everybody that's involved with NewPath, the employees, the men and women we support, the community at large. It's a great time for everybody to come together. Mm-hmm. And I think it's something that we've done every April, and it's just become one of our biggest fundraisers, one of our most popular ones, where it's a great group of people. We have a great group of people running it. We have a great group of people that come out and support us, a lot of great volunteers. So it's a great community fundraiser for everybody to come be a part of.
Absolutely. And a lot of what you guys are doing is obviously based on the generous contributions of people here in Woburn and other surrounding cities. What does typically a contribution go towards? Is that running the facilities, making sure that these programs stay in place?
Well, you know what it is that we get a lot of money from state funding, but there's certain things that state funding just won't cover.
Okay.
You know, state dollars can only go so far. So what we do is we rely on the generosity of the people of Woburn and the people of Massachusetts to help us contribute and put our mission forward in ways that the state dollars couldn't. Like, for example, we were able to launch our Navigating Life program, which is our big technological program, in a large part because of the contributions of the generous people of Woburn and the state of Massachusetts. So it's things like that where we can put that money not only back into the program, but to enable us to go forward with initiatives that we've had planned that, you know, state money won't cover. Mm-hmm. So, you know, we rely on fundraising initiatives like Walk the Walk and the Taste of Spring to help put those initiatives forward and in order to further our mission a little bit.
Okay. And out of all the memorable experiences that you've had, I'm sure there's plenty to go around, but what is one thing, if you were looking back on your 4 years with the company, that just jumps off the page at you?
I just think that how much we've grown is just amazing. It's just incredible. Mm-hmm. Like, you know, when I started, we didn't have a marketing department. We didn't have a marketing coordinator that could design such things as we're putting out today with flyers and emails and a social media presence and videos. Like, we had that capability 4 years ago, but we didn't have the people in place to do that. Now we do. And now it's amazing just to look back on that and think, not only for myself personally, starting basically from the ground up and trying to help progress into a career, but now we've got so many people working. We're getting our name out there. The fundraising just keeps going up and up and up, and the support is tremendous from everybody here. So it's very humbling, but it's also just incredible to see how much support we have.
And to that point, we were talking just briefly before the show, and you were saying most days you take off one hat, put on another. You play a lot of roles, and probably a lot of the people at NewPath do the same, I can only imagine.
Yeah, we all work great as a team. You know, there's not one specific area that, you know, we specifically work in. Like, I know in my role, I might be troubleshooting, you know, some iPad problems one day, and then going out to interview an employee or one of the individuals the next day, and then coming back and doing a story on it, and, you know, playing a journalist and whatnot. But, you know, it's a great gig, and, you know, if we need any help with anything, I can go to my boss, or I can go to anybody in our leadership team and talk to them about it. So their openness and their availabilities is key to how the whole process works. So.
And you can add broadcasting to that list now. And
well, hopefully, yeah. That's still a work in progress, but we'll get there eventually.
And you were joking earlier that this, at one point in your young childhood was something that you thought you might want to do? Is that...
Exactly, yeah. So it's actually my first time on TV. So.
Hey, it's all right. Mine was a week ago until you called me yesterday, so that's fantastic. That's fantastic. Just kind of highlighting now the Taste of Spring. Let's kind of dive into that. Let the people out there know how we can get involved and what to expect if they join us on May 18th. The Taste of Spring, this is the 20th annual event?
Yes.
Okay.
This is going to be our 20th, so it's another big milestone and one of the many that we have coming up. It's our annual food tasting event that we run every May, where we get a lot of the local restaurants down to come down, do some cooking, offer some samples. We have some of the local politicians that come down. You know, we have some really good raffle items and some good silent auction items, especially this year, that we've got to offer to people that would love to join us and support us. And yeah, we get some, you know, it's a great event every year. I actually went to the first one last year, and I had a blast. It was a very, very good time seeing all the restaurants and seeing a full ballroom. Definitely made me happy. That the work that we put into it definitely paid off.
And just while I'm thinking of it, you mentioned your sponsors being able to help contribute these great things so you guys can have a raffle. Are you still accepting new sponsorships until the deadline?
Yes, yeah, absolutely. If you want to become a sponsor, you know, we have plenty of room for you. You know, just feel free to contact us and get in touch with us. And if you got any raffle items or silent auction items, I know we've got some restaurant gift cards. We've got a gift card to the Gaslight, which is the new gastropub they have up over at Market Street in Linfield. We've got a gift card to the Island Creek Oyster Bar. We've got some signed memorabilia, and my personal favorite, a complimentary round of 18 at Country Club of Billerica for the golf enthusiasts out there.
Yeah, so that's good to know.
Yeah, so we've got a lot of really good raffles and silent auctions that can appeal to everybody.
Yeah.
So we would encourage people, you know, if you wanna win, you know, as I say all the time, you can't win if you don't play, and you can't play if you're not here. So. Okay,
absolutely, that's well put. And for those that are looking to get involved or understand more about what New Path does and is and represents, you said this would be a perfect event for them to get that exposure and just have a good night out on the town without feeling any pressure or obligation other than to learn and just sit there and smile and have good food and mingle, right?
Exactly. Plus, you know, then again, who really wants to cook? You know, this is going to be one of those nights we got to let somebody else do the cooking for you. So, you know, like I said, we've got a dozen really good restaurants. We have Bertucci's. We've got Joseph's Catering's a new one this year. Joe's American, who recently redid their menu and redid their restaurants. Burton's we have coming down. So we have a lot of really good places that are going to be joining us this year that have some really, really good food. So we would encourage people, if they want to expand their culinary horizons, and you know, come join us and find out what we're all about in a somewhat formal setting. You know, it's a great opportunity to come down to the Hilton and join us.
Okay, it's going to be at the Hilton Boston Woburn. So it's going to be. Have they started the renovations, or are you going to be in one of their spaces that has been renovated? I know I'm familiar with the renovations that are going on. I'm not sure the deadlines and the timelines that go hand in hand.
Yeah, I'm not too familiar with that, but I know that we had their ballroom last year, and that was pretty well packed. So I am assuming that we're going to have it there this year, but I'm not too sure, to be honest.
That's fair. That's fair, absolutely. So that's going to be a fun night on the 18th. And tickets, you were saying, you can get either online or at the door.
Yes, we encourage people to go to our website, newpathinc.org/TOS. Tickets are $25, and you can get to see all the participating restaurants and all the participating sponsors. And this year we have a new option to buy raffle tickets, where you can buy 25 raffle tickets for just $20. So that's probably one of the better deals that you're going to find out there. And, you know, as I was saying, you know, all of the proceeds from the Taste of Spring go right back into the programs to help with initiatives and just general improvements and all of those things that state funding can't cover that'll help us get our mission forward. You know, your $25 will go straight towards helping somebody get a work placement, or enabling somebody to get transportation to go to a work placement, or to, it goes to a bunch of various things. So, we would encourage people to buy it online, but if you want to come that night, feel free to. We have plenty of tickets at the door, so.
Awesome. I'm excited. I haven't been to the Taste of Spring yet, and I'm planning on being there. I have a prior obligation that goes right up till 5, but I'm going to be beelining it there because it sounds like a fun event. A lot of restaurants there, and I love food. And so really, if you're just looking to get out and have a good time, like you were saying, this is the place to be on the 18th.
Exactly. Yeah. There's no other place to be on Thursday, May 18th.
Okay.
At all.
That's fantastic. So, for people out there, how do we get them engaged? Whether it be at the Taste of Spring or with New Path, you mind just commenting on either being able to volunteer time or financial contributions?
Mm-hmm. Well, we would encourage people, if they want to make a financial contribution, to visit our website, www.newpaththink.org. Take a look at some of the things that we have. We've got we recently redid our website, so we have all of our program services, our mission, our vision, a whole list of services that we provide. We put our news stories up there in our Newswire section that I run. Cheap plug, I know. But yeah, so we have a lot of really good things going on. If you want to be a volunteer, feel free to contact us. And we're always looking for people. We're looking for very energetic, positive people that that want to work with, this population, that want to help them succeed, that wants to help them, make their lives happier, healthier, more fulfilling. We're looking for people like that. Mm-hmm. So if you know somebody, come on down. We have a spot for you.
Yeah, we could definitely tell that you embody that enthusiasm and that spirit, and it's great to hear that you enjoy everything that you do and waking up every day to be a part of a company that can give back so well to the community. Mm-hmm. That's fantastic. Do you guys have any forward-looking events for the fall that you might want to highlight early on at this point?
Sure. Yeah. So we have our annual celebration. It's our third annual celebration. It's our annual meeting, as we used to call it, but it's a celebration of how far New Path has come in the past year. And that usually takes place in October, so we have that coming up a few months down the road. So we would encourage people to check that out as well. And I mean, we've got just some various company-wide events. We have a kickball game that we run in the summer between two of our day programs, which I was actually commentating last year, which was a great time. A very good game, by the way. So we've got initiatives like that. We've got some employee events coming up. So we're definitely keeping busy.
Is there a calendar that people can access to understand what upcoming events that you may have on your site? Or what would be the best way to get engaged?
We have a newsletter that we send out that we would encourage people to sign up for. Again, if you visit our website, and feel free to contact us, send us your email, let us know that you want to get involved with what New Path is doing. We'd also encourage people to check out our social media pages. We have a Facebook page. We have a YouTube page that we put up videos on pretty consistently. We've got our Twitter page. So we would encourage people to check out social media to stay up to date with what's going on with New Path, whether it be a video from Dan Harrison or a story that we have regarding one of the men and women that we support in our programs, one of our employees. We would encourage people to go to the website, go to social media, and check that out.
Okay, that's fantastic. To kind of bring it all together, sounds like I've heard a couple big events. The Walk in April has already come and gone. The Taste of Spring here on the 18th, 5:30 to 8:30, located at the Hilton in Boston. Everyone's typically familiar with the Hilton.
Mm-hmm. The Hilton in Woburn.
Woburn, Hilton of Woburn, or Hilton Boston of Woburn. Excuse me, that's a mouthful.
We can blame them for the name.
Yeah, that's a mouthful for me. So that's a great way to get engaged. $25 at the door. You encourage people to sign up online. And we look forward to hearing a little bit more about the annual celebration coming up in the fall. Is there anything that you would like to just kind of highlight in closing? Any final thoughts that you have for the people out there?
Yes, we would encourage people to, as I said before, take a look at our website, take a look at our social media pages, and don't be afraid to ask questions. You know, we have a lot of various things that we're doing to help improve not only the people that we support, but our communities as well. Our goal is to make sure that every community and person benefits from the services that we're providing. So we want people that aren't necessarily aware of New Path to check out our website, check out our social media, and just stay involved. If you want to volunteer, feel free to volunteer. Let us know. So, you know, we would encourage people just take a look for themselves and just see what we're about.
All right. Well, thank you, Giuseppe, for coming on and sharing all that you have. I have a better understanding than I'm sure the folks out there do of what you guys do and what's to expect in the future. So thank you.
No, you're welcome. Thank you.
So thank you for listening again today with our show today with Giuseppe Maricino from New Path. And remember, we all have one life to live. Let's all do our part. I'm your host, Tyler Gates. Join us next time with Andrea Bunker from the Woburn Library on the Woburn Spotlight. Thanks.